All right, and the little Davy Crockett is just firing up. What I have here is I have a beef eye of round. I've made 3 slits on both sides, and I've put whole cloves of garlic, so 6 cloves of garlic, and then some fresh rosemary from my little herb garden inserted in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna toss this on Davy Crockett, and we're going to smoke this roast for about 3 hours, and then from there I'm going to crank it really hot. I'm going to get a really nice quick sear on it, and I'm going to be tossing this in my slow cooker with a bunch of vegetables so we can make a phenomenal smoked eye of round stew. All right, we are just a fuzz over 3 hours into the smoke process. Let's go ahead and check this out. So first, let's take a look at our fuel consumption here. See a little tiny divot. I mean, we've maybe used a half a pound here. Again, super efficient. I'm running this on a very low temp. I know the sun's kind of in the way here, but this is ranging right around 165 right now is where I have this set. Let's take a look. Ooh, that is a nice color. That is a really nice color on there. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and crank this up to 400. I'm going to sear this for about 15 minutes, just get a really nice sear on there, and I'm going to go ahead and toss this in the slow cooker. All right, I've got everything prepped for the slow cooker. So this particular recipe, I just have some multicolored carrots that are chopped up, nice big chunks. I have some multicolored mini potatoes that are just sliced down the middle, and then I've got a handful of celery. We are going to use a few different seasonings in here, some onion, salt, turmeric, garlic powder, Himalayan salt, and some basil leaves. My slow cooker right here, I have filled this up about 3/4 of the way with water. I want to do this as more of a soup than a stew. And so we're going to go ahead and add everything in, and I'm going to go ahead and grab that roast up at Davy Crockett. All right, that roast has been searing at 400 for about 15 minutes. Let's take a look. Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and pull this off. Again, the roast is not done, but what we wanted to do is we wanted to get a nice smoke infiltration into the meat, and then again, I always like to do a nice sear, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to toss this in the crock pot now. All right, so again, we got some really beautiful colors going on here with the roast. Again, I got my nice sear that I really wanted to get. I'm not going to peel this apart, I'm not going to cut it, I'm not going to shred it. I'm going to take this exactly as it is, and I'm going to put it right into the crock pot. And I'm just going to let this run on low. Obviously, as you can see, I've added all of my ingredients and seasonings in there. Again, I don't necessarily do measurements. Everything is just kind of to taste. So feel free to kind of modify it as you like it. But we're going to go ahead, we're going to put this on low, and we're going to do a slow cook for the next 8 hours. All right, so we have just removed the roast from the crock pot. It's been in here for 6 hours now. Actually, I know before I said I was going to run it on low. This particular crock pot, I did have to run it on high, so I'm running at a hot enough temp on this. But we just went ahead and we removed the roast. I just basically went ahead and shaved it down here. Really liking the smoke ring that I'm seeing over here. We got some really nice depth with that 3.5 hour smoke process we did. Apple pellet, GMG apple pellet on there. You know, chef's got to have a bite. But anyway, we're going to toss this back in. I taste tested the potatoes and the carrots and the celery. Perfectly done right now. So we're just going to toss this back in there. We're going to turn it on low for the next hour, and we're going to serve ourselves some soup. All right, our soup is served. I have to say, obviously I've already taken a few bites of this. This is truly one of the best soups that I've ever made before. This is out of the ballpark good. So I think one of the keys to this is, again, the smoke process. Again, 3.5 hour smoke process, and then again a nice hot 15-minute sear. Again, really infusing that meat with the garlic and the rosemary. I mean, that really shines in this broth, and the apple pellet that I use, it really seems like it's added this this very subtle sweet smokiness to the broth. It's just truly incredible. So again, big chunks of the shavings of the eye of round roast. Nice size carrots, big chunky celery in there. some nice chunky potatoes, and yeah, the seasonings that I showed you earlier in the video, just to your own preference or taste. But this one is an absolute must. So thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you again with another cooking session.